very warm welcome to our world feed coverage of the AFC Champions League match day 3. Today takes us up north to China into the Wuhan Sports Center Stadium in Wuhan City for the Group J clash between Wuhan Three Towns and Hanoi FC of Vietnam. Hanoi without a point, indeed, with 2 heavy defeats, means that they are bottom of the group after 2 matches. Wuhan had a good 2-all draw against the Wara Reds here before losing 3-1 against Pohang Steelers in Korea. So an opportunity here for Wuhan with home and away fixtures against Hanoi to get themselves back into AFC Champions League reckoning. Coolish evening, 21 degrees, 78% humidity. It's a lovely stadium this, but as you can see it's barely half full. Wuhan though doing okay in the Chinese Super League, so their fans are kind of with them. They had a morale-boosting 3-1 win over Dalian at the weekend, which ended a run of back-to-back defeats in the league, as well as that defeat to Pohang. As for Hanoi, well, they've been largely inactive. Their last competitive match was indeed in the AFC Champions League. Blue-clad Wuhan, 2022 Chinese Super League champions. Littered with players with Guangzhou on their CV. Guangzhou ran into financial difficulties. Wuhan Three Towns, not too far away, were able to snap up 1 or 2 real bargains, including, you saw the goalkeeper there. Good noisy support, well-appointed stadium. Approaching 20 years of age now, and they will be very, very hopeful, in fact, expectant that their team will make home advantage count. Star striker Abdulaziz Yakubu, 24-year-old Ghana player, has scored goals for them, 14 in 21 matches in the China Super League. And he was also on goal, on target in Pohang in that 1-3 defeat. Tiny little knot scrum of Hanoi supporters who made the trip up north. So I'm sure expats, maybe 1 or 2 snuck in on the plane with the team. Strange scenario for them. Well, they were the double winners of 2022. And in the new season, they've hardly played. There's an awful lot of disruptions to the league season in Vietnam. Internationals and under-23 tournaments take a lot of precedence. The national team is such an important part of the football project in Vietnam. Sometimes you feel that the V-League loses out a little bit. But nonetheless, they are here. They are representing their country. And it starts at 0-0, and you never know, if they can get 2 good results here, they themselves may well be able to propel themselves into some kind of a chance. New coach in charge for the Vietnamese champions, Duc Thuan. Players assemble in the foyer, waiting for the match administrator to give them the say-so. Very keen to make sure that we hit the correct kick-off times all over. Just a little indication of the professionalism being introduced into the AFC Champions League. More publicity, of course, with the big names joining, particularly the Saudi clubs. So there's more worldwide attention to this competition. Teams have never met before. Wuhan will be hoping it's a successful start for them, but their recent form is not good. The 3-1 win over Dalian followed defeats against Pohang. They lost to Shandong and Tianjin following the 2-all draw against Urawa. Prior to that, they've done pretty well in the league, and they're not going to win the league, but they won't be too far off a place in the top 3. Wuhan's first appearance at the AFC Champions League. As for Hanoi, well, they are 6 times champions of the VIE League, and this is their 6th appearance in the AFC Champions League, but their most recent was in 2019. It's been a difficult first 2 games for Hanoi, League and Cup champions in 2022. They'll try and start putting that right here and now. This is the AFC Champions League. It is match day 3, Group J. This is Wuhan 3 Towns versus Hanoi FC. Coolish evening to play football. Pitch looking though in decent condition. Although surface appearances can be misleading, but generally this Wuhan pitch has done well, absorbs moisture, absorbs the rain. Camaradeliness in the crowd. It will be Wuhan in the blue, in their change strip of all white. They have a rather fetching purple as their usual colours. Match officials predominantly from Malaysia, although the 4th official is from Thailand, and the VAR officials from Qatar. Nazmi Nazaruddin, flanked by Mohammed Zairul and Mohammed Arif Shamil. Pre-match team lineup. Wuhan 3 Towns in the blue. Show just a couple of changes from the team that beat Dalian at the weekend. Up front, Yakubu is their main man. Number 9, he'll be flanked by Davidson Pereira. Wei Shu Hao, who will have a creative role, possibly in a number 10 position, just trying to provide the opportunities for Yakubu, who's a deadly finisher. Match referee Nazmi Nasaruddin, referee of the recent Malaysia FA Cup final, won by Johor Darul Taksim. Recently sent off 2 players in an under-23 match between Palestine and Japan, and has been officiating in the VIE League as well for added variety. Been on the FIFA registered list since 2016. Hanoi's new coach Laduk Tan has really rung the changes. Brand new goalkeeper Quan Van Chuan, 22-year-old, gets his first AFC Champions League start. Brandon Wilson comes into the side. He's on a yellow card, probably in a central midfield role, although he can drop back into centre-back. Do Hung Dung is the experienced Vietnamese international in the heart of midfield. On the bench, should they require, the foreign players Jevtovic and Kayon can get goals. And plenty of Chinese internationals on the bench, including Zhang Xiaobin, who scored a cracking goal to give Wuhan the lead against Uwara in the first match of this competition. Joel Tago, the Cameroon international, will be the main striker for Hanoi, and they'll rely on pace and breakaways, you suspect. And a nervous moment for Vietnam under-23 international Quan Van Chuan. Davidson easy to pick out. And Van Kiet, fabulous player, part of the best generation of Vietnamese players. 57 caps, Nguyen Van Kiet. And Hanoi will want to get him on the ball as much as possible. Countdown is on. AFC Champions League, Group J. Contest in Wuhan gets underway. Wuhan, 3 Towns in blue. Going from left to right against Hanoi FC, the 2022 Vietnamese League and Cup winners. With provided on the left-hand side by Chang Ji Peng. Just work it along the back, and Ren Hang, experienced centre-back. He's got Park Ji-soo, the Korean. Will try to come forward as well. Want to just hoist that, looks for Yakubu. Yakubu runs those channels very, very well. hold that up and find Davidson. The Brazilian has his cross blocked. Galgenyi. That'll be kept in, you know. And, an easy first catch for Quan Van Chuan. Studious figure of Tutsumu Takahata, the head coach for Wuhan. As Davidson looks out wide to Shihao. And a safe gather. Make the young keeper feel very confident. Tuan is the man in charge now of Hanoi. Started the campaign with Bandovic in charge. But, the two defeats have seen the end of him. Local coach, and he's run the change as well. Decent ball in, Yakubu! Big chance. Inside 2 minutes. Just ghosted the wrong side of the centre back. He actually got too much on it. One high. Loses out. Yakubu. Lovely little touch into Shihao. Wei Shihao wins a first corner for Wuhan, who've started very brightly. 28-year-old can play left or right, left back. There is Levan Swan. Left foot of Jipeng will curl this one in. Jinyi on the line, trying to make life difficult. Crowding the goalkeeper. Put the young fella under pressure. He's kind of poured it away. Lack conviction, but he got the job done. Park. Selects it out wide, was looking for Davidson. And maybe the Vietnamese team can get their foot on the ball. Van Nam slows it down. Looks for Tago. And Tago. Oh, it's a red card. Joel Tago. Referee Nasri. Comes over, that foot is so high, and Nasri has got the perfect position to see that is really dangerous. I don't think there's intent, but within 4 minutes, Joel Tago, the Cameroon international, sees a straight red. Nazmi Nazarudin, it will be checked, of course, by VAR. He'll offer his apologies, but he will be down to 10 men. He can plead all he wants. Ref, I didn't mean it. Ref, I was looking at the ball. Joel Tago sees red in the early stages, and what was already a really difficult task becomes even more difficult. How to reorganise, doesn't really impact them defensively. Tago was the lone striker. And obviously any defensive duties that Galgenyi had. I'm glad to say he's all right. He was caught, the foot was high. It's a 2023 sending off. Go back even a few years now, I don't think the referee thinks about it, but the instructions to the officials that if another player is endangered, It will be a straight red card. He's still trying to protest his innocence. Have sympathy for him, of course you do. There is no malice, it's not deliberate, but the foot was high, it was dangerous. By all modern interpretations, that is red. Well, they've conceded 10 goals already in this tournament. Hanoi, and they're up against it right from the start here. Then Hang on to Gao. Shihao. Yakubu. Then Hamwen just steps in. The glut of Chinese internationals playing for Wuhan. Davidson down the line. It's the foul, doesn't get him. Banquiet, he's the lone man now. It'll be a 4-4-1 with him as the focal point, and wing-backs trying to get forward as well as they can. That's given away though to Davidson. Davidson drives into the penalty area. He's pushed sideways. Wilson doing a good job. Hichao. Shihao. Gao Junyi. Yakubu. Wilson, right place, right time. Looks for the out ball. Banquiet was always a willing runner. Inside of him, Banquiet will have the number 9, Tuan Hai. You can see the lineup there for Hanoi already. 5-3-1. Make themselves as difficult to get through as humanly possible. Wen, physical challenge, too physical. Zarudin calling against Van Nam, recent recruit to the Hanoi ranks. Prevent the corner, successfully done so. The outlet is Van Swan. Plenty of Vietnamese internationals in the Hanoi side, so this isn't a lost cause yet, and the longer they can keep it goalless, the more confident they will be, but it is going to be relentless coming back at them. They'll be looking for Banquiet, number 10, to be an outlet of some description. Chao. Gao Junyi. So to Yakubu. Easily picked up by Do Man. Back to goalkeeper Van Chuan. He'll just launch it. So many blue shirts, easy for them to pick up possession. Gao Junyi. Hanoi have lost 4-2 and 6-0 in this competition so far. Some spins, looks for the return. Meng Hamwen. managed to keep it in play. An early red card against Joel Tago for a high boot that caught his marker. Gao Junyi has made this already difficult task even more difficult for Hanoi FC. Akubu well tracked by Loi Doman. And Tan Chung, bags of experience at the back. And when gets to the byline, breaks to the edge of the box, and what a block that is! What a block that is from Swan Man. It hit him right in the solar plexus. Terrific run from Deng Han Wen. Comes out to the back post. And Zhang Jipeng got a fearsome shot in. Tuesday is the answer to the question as Fan Xuan Man gingerly gets up. Nazmi on the spot there as soon as he saw that Swan Man was in difficulties. He stopped the game. Brave block. Good to see Zhang Jipeng going over and say, glad you're okay, fella. Didn't mean to hurt you. Oh, the aimless pass. Somehow Hanoi must just try and get hold of the ball. Put a few passes together. Otherwise it'll just be relentless. The ball coming back. Hey Chow out wide to Davidson. Brazilian on the left and Shi Hao on the right have an important role to play, as will the two wing backs. Hang Wen on to Shi Hao. Lovely spin and turn. Shi Hao's cross for Yakubu. Davidson, two sensational blocks, and a third is in there to deny Zhang Jipeng. Brilliant to set up the header. What a save initially to deny Yakubu. Davidson is then beaten away by the man on the line, and another important block there from Swan Man. Hey Chow, Shi Hao trying to take on his man, and Van Swan. Banquet did well. He's bought his team 10 seconds. "15 minutes gone. Big chances already on 3 occasions to Wuhan. Ding Hao who'll just keep things ticking over in the heart of midfield. Davidson. Zhang Jipeng was looking for a ball inside the fullback. Davidson played it to him as an orthodox winger. That's brave, trying to play the ball out from their own byline, and it's successfully done. Possession for Van Swan. Wilson. Australian under-23 international goes out wide. Swan man wins the free kick, and that's well played by Hanoi. To see Swan man is fully recovered. Wilson, a little bit awkward. Chung. Rather than going down the middle, just trying to play down the line. It doesn't work, but it's not going to come straight back at you. That's one small advantage on that. Hey Chow. All the possession, of course, all the possession belongs to Wuhan. Chinese 2022 champions. No goals as yet. Somehow. Chow's pass cut out by Do Hung Dung. Junyi. Hang Wen. Again, he gets to the byline. Dealt with by Tan Jung. Twice now, the winger though has got to the byline. Van Kiet is there, and Van Kiet wins the free kick. Back helping out, he is the lone striker. Nice Merrick player. When he first broke onto the scene, Kiet and Van Duan really were the pin-up boys of Vietnamese football. The 23s doing so well. In the veteran stage now, Van Kiet. All looking for the outlet there of Tuan Hai. Tuan Hai will just shift back into the left-hand side of that midfield three. Davidson strips out wide to Hang Wen. Davidson carries on his run forward. Little dummy by Davidson. Yakubu tried to play him through. Davidson started that move. He picked the ball up in midfield and then carried on his run and nearly linked up with Yakubu at the end. Ding Hao. Peng. Three in the penalty area. Davidson. The ball behind. They've lost possession and they win it back. Played by Wilson. Blocked off by Hao. Been about 15 minutes since Hanoi went down to 10 men. A straight red card for Joel Tagyo. Swan loses possession. Hao will start another move. Swan will just retreat back into his left wing back position. Wuhan have the ball in those deep areas. They just need to make sure they track any runners that come through. Just really difficult task. Really difficult task ahead. Davidson. Kubu blocked off. Brandon Wilson. important front sweeper role in front of his three centre-backs, Wilson. Again, you look to the right, it's a distinct 5-3-1 shape. Angwen for Yakubu. He thought a back was made for him. Brave header for Yakubu Abdulaziz. House corner, Davidson got a header there but couldn't direct it goalwards. Referee Nazmi reckons it's a corner though. Six blue shirts in around the 6-yard box. All dealt with by Tan Chung. Wins it straight back. Shi Hao. It's a ball down the line. Davidson is blocked off. Flag, I think, is up for offside against the Brazilian. Lots of near things for Hanoi, but so far so good. They've got through the first quarter of the game. 3 quarters to go with 10 men. Big ask. Year-old goalkeeper as well. It's a change. Boy, the normal keeper relegated to the sidelines by the new coach. Tan Chung picks out his man, trying to pick out his man. Van Swan unable to deal with the ball, and space where Van Swan being picked up by Shi Hao. Keep it alive. Well, the crowd was very boisterous, was very noisy. It's gone quiet now, one of those chattering noises that sometimes a crowd can go into, and they've not got the goals early on that they hoped for. Keeper closed down by Davidson. Whose pass, Hanwen is there. Wilson over his shoulder to only blue shirts. Chao. Shi Hao. Jun Yi. Defensive duties for Jun Yi, so he wants to get forward as much as he can. Switch of the play, but it's all in front at the moment of Hanoi. Now they go wide. This is Ji Peng. Wilson in the way. Break is potentially on. First touch for Tianzhou. Nice idea. Left wing back Van Swan saw that the keeper was advancing, tried to lift it over him. In the circumstances though, you just want to hold on to the ball for a few seconds. Ding Hao, the 23 China international. And when Chao, 2 full China internationals. Shi Hao, Davidson, Hanwen, Chow only into the body of Tuan Hai. I suspect it's going to be like this for much of the rest of the game. And the flag is up for offside. Shi Hao just going a little bit early. Yes, you. Not by much, but yes. Free kick, Hanoi. AFC Champions League, Group J. Wuhan 0, Hanoi 0. Hanoi down to 10 men. I do believe we were just getting a VAR check of whether or not that was offside, because if it wasn't offside, there was a danger of it being a penalty. Back in play. Back yet. Into the punch, but again, good play defensively. Time by Tuan Hai. It can't be a thriller for Hanoi. They want it to be as dour as possible. Wuhan need to be the team making the aggression, making the moves forward. Looking for Yakubu. Keeper thinks they're coming and eventually gets there. He's a blur of movement, Abdulaziz Yakubu. Still 24, still got lots of appetite for the game. Adam Wilson. Loses out. Chow. As always, Han Wen. Can go inside or out. That's a footed ball into Davidson. We're approaching the half-hour mark, and Hanoi, yeah, there've been one or two scares. One sensational save from Van Chuan. Two heroic defensive blocks on the line. They're not being ripped apart. Chuan. Stepping in there was Van Nam. The long-range shot to maybe break things up. Yakubu. Good defending in there by Van Swan. Kiet gives up the ghost just so he can come back and defend once again. I feel it's just a matter of time, but Hanoi have got to stay strong. Yakubu, that's the main obvious danger. Shi Hao. Question from Ji Peng that it's come off the elbow. Half an hour played. Looking for some inspiration or some luck. Anything to break the deadlock. Wilson is back marking Park Ji-soo. Again, they'll try and crowd the goalkeeper, Van Chuan. Again, 6 in around the penalty area. Park at the near post. Keeper gets a good fist onto that. And Vankiet trying to play it out wide, only finds the blue shirt of Yan Ding Hao. One-way traffic. Big Chow to Jin Yi. Chow again. Great organisation from the Hanoi back five. Back eight, I suppose you could say. Ding Hao. Shi Hao. Woods broken kindly. Shot wide. Deng Hanwen, 20-year-old Chinese international, prepares it on his right foot, can drift in on the left. It breaks rather kindly to him. He snaps. Snatches at that shot. Man. It's gone straight to a blue shirt, but there's enough white shirts there for Wilson to hoik it over his head and then pick up the second rebound. Chuan Hai to Van Swan. Goes to work it well. Lovely possession football from Hanoi. National team are renowned for their ability to keep hold of the ball. There's a lot of international players in this Hanoi side. Wilson under pressure, loses out to Davidson. Davidson breaks forward and then he's beaten to the punch, and Wilson picks up the second ball. Then the drive forward. Swan Man can't get to the byline, gets the cross in just above Van Kiet, who's not renowned for his heading ability. Hint of a break there though, as Yakubu makes a great run down the channels. Shadow by Tan Chung. Davidson, a little bit of space for the Brazilian. Hey Chow, edge of the box. Cao Junyi. Header, when it comes in, goes wide from Shi Hao. Difficult, he's got to generate a lot of power. It's tamely wide. The chances, certainly there, they're not big chances. Not generally. The header from Yakubu, brilliantly saved. The follow-up from Davidson, blocked on the line. The big moments that Wuhan have had, but Hanoi have coped manfully with this man disadvantage since the 4th minute. He's operating virtually as a right winger, is the right centre back. One of the ex-Guangzhou contingent. Bohang Steelers and Urara Reds, the defending champions of the AFC Champions League. They're the other two teams in this group. Both have handed out big defeats to Hanoi. Hanoi are coming forward here. They've defended bravely. Lose possession there though to Yan Ding Hao, who does such a straightforward, simple job. Wins the ball, passes it. In this case, 20 yards. 30 to Deng Hanwen, but again, just look, Hanoi are back in that good defensive shape. Junyi again. He has made himself the extra man. That's why the possessional stats, it'll be something like 85%, maybe even more. Hao drives into the penalty area. And a nicely timed tackle. Guiman, Tan Chung and Van Nam have done a great job in the middle. Stayed on their feet, haven't panicked. Fifth corner of this first half. Comes all the way to the back post. Wilson nearly broke to Yakubu. Now Van Kiet. Bit of fancy stuff, Park Ji-soo. More frustration for Wuhan. Hao looks for Davidson. And his first touch leaves the ball behind. Taken away by Swan Man. Went back by Swan Man. And again, he's gone for that early long-range effort. And Van Kiet is fuming with him. Just play the ball in. All you're doing is giving the ball away. And we need the possession. Davidson Pereira. Shadowed by Brandon Wilson. It's a really disciplined, brave rearguard action by Hanoi. Hao looks for Yakubu. Again, he's just ghosted away from his centre-back. He's put one header wide, one header into the goalkeeper, and that one just trying to play in his strike partner. Cleared. Hao, more and more influential. That's Park Ji-soo coming forward. Width provided by Ji Peng. Hao. Junyi. The man in the middle is Nguyen Tan Chung. A number of times he's made clearances 6 yards out. It's hoisted up and easy for the goalkeeper. Launches it long down to his opposite number. 6 minutes to hang on till half-time. Hao's made a run. He's timed it beautifully. And Davidson, what a lovely tackle that is. Swan Man. Davidson's won the second ball. It's too far for Hao and Yakubu. It's always going away from the two strikers. Swan Man, I think for the second time today, in need a bit of treatment. Chance for the Hanoi players to take on some much needed liquids. It's the battle, it's shoulder on shoulder, and Davidson is just simply stronger than Swan Man. Swan Man has been mentally strong. Hanoi have been mentally strong. looking a bit fatigued now, as you'd imagine. Hanoi. Wuhan thinking of the changes that they might make. Marco Alves. Davidson again. Chunyi's cross. Tan Chung almost inevitably in there first. Swanman barged over illegally by Jipeng. They've had a good tussle, those two. Not too thrilled with Swanman going down like that. He's reliant upon the referee making the call. Wilson tries to drive through, catches his man. Gao Junyi, who took the full brunt of the high boot from Joel Tago in the 4th minute. That produced a straight red for Hanoi's Cameroonian striker. Since then they've been down to 10 men, and the pattern of play that you're seeing now has been very much for the last 40 minutes. Davidson into the penalty area. Davidson again, great defending. Tan Chung, for once he's got past Doiman. Tan Chung is there, defending his 6-yard line, protecting his goalkeeper. Corner number 6 taken short. Davidson wants to dink this in, and that's surely no. What a save, and Yakubu, but forced over the line by Shihao. Shihao's header brilliantly parried, and he reacted first in the scramble that followed. Davidson's short corner. Shihao now then. There's a possibility of offside here. I'm sure VAR will have a look at that. As that cross comes in, he is suspiciously unmarked. Does well to scoop the ball in. It's an excellent save by young Van Truan initially. Shihao's done well. When the cross comes in from Davidson, he was completely unmarked. Van Truan, a brave save. 6 minutes to add on at the end of this first 45 minutes. Well, it's taken them a long time to get the breakthrough, and in the end, it's just a lack of concentration from a seriously tired Hanoi back four. Such excellent work, such organisation, but the chances of something breaking down, of some kind of miscommunication. Yeah, there is a hint of an offside here. I hope VAR are still looking at this. There is a hint of an offside. When the cross comes in from the left-hand side, Shihao is unmarked in the 6-yard box. There having a really close look at this. And if not the offside, they could be wondering whether or not there's a foul by Shi Hao on goalkeeper Van Chuan. Right, it's Qatari assistant referees in the VAR studio, Mashari Ali Shamari and Mohammed Ahmed Al Shamari. Thai fourth official, Wiwat Jumpaun. Nazmi Nazarudin. Right, after a long check for offside and a possible foul, the goal is awarded. And Hanoi, a brave first half resistance. Punctuated just on half time. And Wei Shi Hao has the goal. There's a spring in the step of Wuhan. Now they've got that breakthrough. They'd love another just before half time. Wilson goes long, looks for Van Kiet, might break. Oh, he's through on goal! Oh, what a save on the line that is! Van Swan breaking forward from left wing back. A deflection broke to him in the penalty area. And some heroic defending by Jun Yi. It's not even Jun Yi, it's Deng Han Wen. That's even more impressive. That's the winger getting back to make the clearance on the line. Great work ethic. And nearly an incredible response by 10-man Hanoi. Davidson is caught on the edge of the penalty area. That'll be a yellow card for the overworked Dao Van Nam. Here's the early moments, and look at the great work by, well, it's the centre-back and Han Wen. Well, so much excitement packed into the time added on at the end of the first half. 6 minutes, and we're halfway through that. In that time, there's been a long debate over whether or not the goal should be allowed. There's been a shot off the line at one end, and now there's this free kick and the yellow card for Dao Van Nam at the other. Tamely into the wall. Davidson thought the hit. Oh, it's off the side of the post. See how Wuhan are claiming that Davidson was fouled in the penalty area. VAR might be busy again. He broke to Shi Hao on the edge of the penalty area. He's fired one against the side of the post. That was the earlier moments, that was the yellow card, and no action and no goals resulting. We have played 10 seconds shy of the 6 minutes to be added on. Gets beaten to it by the goal scorer. There's Shi Hao. Little trickery. Goes back inside. And Ren Hang wins a goal kick for his team. so rarely involved in the game. You, and this places a pass. They won't be happy to go in a goal down, but they'll be relieved that it is only one. Careless in possession. They did have that big scare just before. Man advantage, goal advantage, but it is only a single goal advantage. Hang's header. Yet onside. Hang is there to cover him. And Yet, shoulder to shoulder, has done brilliantly. There's enough blue shirts back there, including the very hard-working Davidson Pereira. He does put in a good shift, a really good work ethic. Shihao to Davidson. Yakubu ahead of him. The Rabona pass. A little bit too fancy. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, so much to talk about. The most important thing is that Wuhan have the lead, courtesy Wei Shihao. It came just before the 45-minute mark. But the real story is that it's been a 10-man rearguard action for all bar 4 minutes of this half. There's a red card, a straight red for Joel Tago for a high boot on Gao Junyi. He protested his innocence. But Hanoi have been down to 10 men since the 5th minute. They've been defensively disciplined, resolute, hard-working, but were undone just before half-time when Wei Shihao was left unmarked to collect a cross from Davidson, and at the 3rd attempt was able to put it in. At half-time in Wuhan, it is Wuhan Three Towns leading Hanoi by 1-0. A very warm welcome back to Wuhan AFC Champions League Group J. Wuhan Three Towns leading Hanoi FC by 1-0 at half-time. They scored just before half-time, 44th minute. Wei Shihao forcing home after a cross from Davidson Pereira. And that ended some real resistance from Hanoi, who were reduced to 10 men very, very early on in the game, when their Cameroonian striker Joel Tago was red carded for a high boot that caused a problem for Gao Junyi. The 10 men were resistant, a couple of brilliant saves from young goalkeeper Kwan Van Chuan. At half-time, it's Wuhan with the man advantage and the goal advantage. Nazri Nazaruddin of Malaysia gets us underway in this second half. And for Hanoi, such discipline they showed in the first half. No change of personnel for them. There are changes of personnel though for the home side. They have introduced Marcus Vinicius Alves, otherwise known as Marcao, up front. He's the main striker. You can see there Yukubo playing just off him, and immediately he's getting involved and goes down. And they've also introduced midfielder Duan Liu Ye. The 10 men of Hanoi for now remain unchanged. Park Ji-soo onto Hechao. Davidson still covering that left side. It was he who set up the goal. He's shown a real work ethic, Davidson Pereira. Fouled there by Pham Swan Man. Made one brilliant save off the line in the first half. Pereira again. Centre back Ren Hang. Kubu with good movement. Marcao, big central figure. Clearly looking at getting crosses into the penalty area for Marcao to get up high and, if not go for goal, to lay chances back. Park Ji-soo, the Korean. Hanoi have gone straight back into that defensive shell. It was a very good defensive shell. It's a 3-5-1 formation. They adapted almost immediately. Van Chuan in goal, Doi Man, Tan Chung and Van Nam at the back. And the three centre-backs, the wing-backs, the Van Swan on the left, Van Swan Man on the right. And then Wilson, the sitting, holding midfielder, with Hung Dung and Tuan Hai trying to get a bit of support of Van Kiet. Breaks to Marcao, curls it just wide. That was a chance for the Brazilian. Some strapping for what's obviously a thumb problem, Markout. 3 goals in his 7 matches. 29 years of age. Down to 10 men just at the moment as they look for Van Kiet. Gao Junyi shifted over to this left-hand side with Jiang Jipeng having been substituted. Park. Davidson hurried out of it. Deng Hangwen. Hangwen again. Hoisted high. That should be straightforward for the goalkeeper. Well, he got there ahead of Yakubu. Yakubu's got a prodigious leap on him. Cow's first touch lets him down, belted away by Tan Chung, who's been outstanding at centre-back. Clip on the heels. Boot was lost. Hard-working Do Hungdung. How the goal scorer, nonchalant little back flick to get us underway. Just try and hang in, keep it as tight as they can. That'll be the objective for Hanoi. And Chuan does well to prevent the corner kick. Who's dropped into a more creative role alongside the substitute Duan. Looks for Yakubu. Davidson wants to be involved all over the pitch, Davidson Pereira. Work once again. Well, they've done well, kept the crowd quiet, just the one chance to Marco. Early doors. Oh, that's a bit loose. And they've smuggled that one clear. Duan, edge of the penalty area. Might break to mark out. Chance of a break on here. Chuan Hai comes out to this right hand side. Do Hungdung. He's got his man going outside of him. It's Duiman. Wilson. Too much on the pass from Brandon Wilson. Trying to get on the ball. It's not been particularly convincing from Wuhan. It's the 10 men. It's been a passive performance. Of course it has from Hanoi. Davidson and maybe Yakubu. This is little to really excite the home fans. Junyi. Davidson Pereira through on goal. Good save. And a second block by the goalkeeper. He has excelled. He's thoroughly deserved the call-up that he's got. Juan Van Cham, the danger isn't over. Davidson again. VIE. Marcao. Wrench cross will float all the way to this far side. Junyi beaten to the punch. Shihao. Still just the one goal for all of their pressure. Lovely little dink. Goalkeeper down comfortably at his near post. He's had a couple of chances on his left. This is the earlier one for Davidson. Good pace, good power. Too much for Van Swan. Again, good goalkeeping. A danger of handball, but another good piece of goalkeeping by the 22-year-old. And then that's the last shot coming in from Deng Hanwan. Shihao. Yakubu. Marcao. For the second time tries to shape one into the top corner. Studious figure of Takahata. Muscular figure. The substitute for Wuhan. Marcao. Yet smuggle that inside. Swan high, just a little bit too much on that. Another willing run though, coming in from Van Swan. Now they've got to retreat. Davidson. Yakubu the target, inevitably. Yun Tanchung, right place, right time. Really accomplished defender. 21 international caps and still only 26. Going to be part of the Vietnamese setup for quite a few years to come. Good work there by Tuan Hai, wins the free kick. If they can keep it at 1-0, Hanoi might think, coming into the last 10 minutes, maybe they can make one or two changes themselves, maybe they can force this and get an unlikely draw. Maybe. A lot of work to do before then. We do man. Poor first touch. Wilson slides it around the corner. Dung. Wilson. Overlapping play. This is Van Swan. There again, Davidson Pereira. He does have a wonderful work ethic. Shihao skips away from one challenge. Cross is comfortable for the goalkeeper. We've got a big 6'3" centre forward in there. He wants better delivery than that. And that's the perfect position to put it in from. yellow card at the tail end of the first half. Then Hang stoops to conquer. As far as Brandon Wilson, the Australian under-23, former under-23 international. Not at the age categories anymore. And a yellow card. Just left the foot in there. Park Jisoo. Swan on the receiving end. That will be a corner. Park having to put the ball out of play. Well, the crowd have been quietened by Hanoi. Short corner taken. Van Kiet. Oh, it's not the best ball in from Van Kiet. Man. Keep it alive. Well, win, lose or draw this match, Hanoi can take an awful lot from it, I think. The organisation, the resilience, particularly on the end of a 6-0 walloping from Urara last time out, although they've given the ball away there. Yakubu couldn't capitalise, but they will win a corner kick. Will Wuhan? Or is the flag up for offside? Yeah, the flag was up for offside earlier on in the move. Couple of substitutions being prepared by Hanoi. Fresh legs, much needed. Shihao, still his goal separates us. Hichao. He's just kept the ball running. That's well played. Steps through Dazgao. The time and space to turn. Oh, blocked. There's VIE getting into a good position. Here are the change of personnel. Really good shift and well done. Kion comes on, a recent signing from the Malaysian League. He'll lead the line. Great job by Van Kiet. The Brazilian. The epitome of the journeyman. 26 clubs, including loan spells in his career. And this is a straight swap. 27. Wu Tianlong will come into that left wing back row. Involved, and that's Macau! Exactly what he was designed to do. Just waiting for the right delivery. And within seconds of Hanoi making the change, the cross comes in. And Marcao gets high above Tan Chung. Excellent goal. Old school centre forward stuff. Brilliant finish. No chance for the goalkeeper. And Marcao on loan from Al Ahly. That's in his third season here. Makes this game just about safe. All about delivery, all about the ball in from the right-hand side. Shihao now has a goal and an assist. Now they can relax a little bit, Wuhan Three Towns, and maybe think goal difference. Maybe they've learned if they get the ball into the right place, deliver 6 yards out, 8 yards out. Marcao has got the beating. Even of Tan Chung, he towers over him. Muscular presence, it's very old-fashioned, but very effective. Good scrapping once again. Fabulous from Davidson Pereira. Deserves the applause he gets. It's a nice second view of him, and his work ethic is as good as any foreign player I've seen coming into the Chinese Super League. Rudianzo's hardly had a touch, just wanted to get a little piece of the action. Park Ji-soo. Once again, brilliant work from Davidson Pereira. Yi. One or two tired legs out there for Hanoi. They've been reduced to 10 men since the 5th minute of the game. They've been shuffling left and right and back and forth. Lost their concentration just before half-time. Conceded a goal. And then just after 2 substitutions, a little bit of concentration lost, allowed a cross to come in. For the most part, they've prevented that. Dink over the top, nicely played. Running from Yu Yi. Gao. Gao was heading towards the back post, that went to the near post. Terrific from Do Hung Dung. And had made a move, didn't get the possession. Hung Dung spreads it out wide. This is Vu. Hung Dung. Kayon. That's it into the defender Gao and gets a corner. Kyan was going for that. It was a decent ball played in from Dung. And the midfielder is just caught offside. That's the little bits of fatigue that can kick in. Third change for the home team. Hard running midfielder. It's a like-for-like change. He Chao being replaced by Zhang Xiaobin. Scored a fine goal against Urawa. Bursting through from midfield, shooting home from the edge of the penalty area. Got this crowd really, really going. Yanzhou confident to take on the player, Kyon. Flag has stayed down. Yakubu. Too many white shirts have got back. Marcao surely brought down. That will be a yellow card for simulation. Nazmi Nazarudin right on the spot. Marcao. Well done, ref. He's had some big calls to make, the referee. Nasri, the red card, admittedly to the away team, but he didn't shirk that responsibility. He didn't shirk the responsibility of and the correct responsibility of a yellow card for the home favourite for simulation. Dung. It's a little bit short. Yakubu was looking to latch on to that. Van Chuan having to come out to the edge of his penalty area. Nice ball played into Brandon Wilson. And Wen again has done a really fine job, as has Ren Hang. Park Ji-soo under real pressure, and that's nice football from Wuhan. That's confident football. Playing through the four-man press, and now they can break forward. Chuan Hai has done well, and then is chopped down from behind. And that will be another yellow card, this time for the goal scorer, Wei Shihao. Busy old time. 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 yellow card. And all round a solid performance. And a good handshake. Has been played in a good manner. I think there's plenty of respect from Wuhan for the way Hanoi have set up. And they haven't tried to spoil the game. So they've had to defend. As Kyon gets a throw-in off Park Ji-soo. Who's lost out? Wilson spread this out wide. That's a good ball to Swan Man. Swan Man's ball in, dealt with by Park. Only as far as Wilson. Good defensive play, and Yakubu was on the charge. Goalkeeper a long way out of his penalty area. That's good play by Van Chuan. He's been outstanding as the young goalkeeper. Good little spell for Hanoi, trying to get themselves back into the game, but Zhang spreads the ball out wide to Han Wen. Gao. These teams will meet again in a couple of weeks' time in Hanoi. But at least Wuhan will be going there, assuming they complete the job here, with their first win of the AFC Champions League campaign under their belt. But Hanoi, having played so well with the 10 men, I still believe that they can do a job. Davidson. Park Ji-soo. 15 minutes plus time to add on for Hanoi, just to keep the damage down. Well done once again by Davidson, and the cross. Not the best ball played in there by Duan. Crowd beginning to enjoy themselves. Lovely ball played down the channels. You know what? They are chasing a goal. If they get one back here, Kayon goes through Kayon. Yakubu had a good game. Won't be on the score sheet today. Denied by one brilliant save from Van Chuan. His day's work is done. An opportunity for Tao Changlong. Shihao had a good little game. Guan spreads it out wide. Then Han Wen. On Yu Yi once again. Shihao. Zhang lets the ball run under his feet. Gao, as always, has been available either right side in the first half or left side here. Marcao. It's all very congested, but Davidson Pereira tries the ball, play the ball into Marcao, who bundles over a couple of Hanoi players, and Hanoi on the breakaway here. Kayon, rather isolated, now he's got Tuan Hai. Trying to play in Kayon and the Brazilian. Rather isolated, gets the shot away and will get a corner. He's done well since he came on, held the ball up a couple of times, got a couple of shots away. Changes for Hanoi. The hard-working, ever-willing Do Hung Dung is to be replaced, as is Brandon Wilson. Those midfield guys have worked their socks off. Antoine will replace Wilson in the heart of midfield, and Yan Hailong will come in. Is there a sting in this tale? Been down to 10 men for 75 of these 80 minutes. They trail by 2. one goal now just might put a few nerves in the way of Wuhan. They've not been in the best of form. Really well defended at the near post. Ren Hang done what he's had to defensively. That fizz not far over the top. Wu Tianlong. Lovely first touch, gets it out of his feet. Can't keep it down. Ren Hang. In many ways, this was a match decided by that red card so early. It dictated how this game would be played. It would have needed something absolutely exceptional from Hanoi. As it is, they produced something very good, but they're 9 minutes away from what will be their third defeat in a row in this season's AFC Champions League. Possession of 70-30, not unexpected at all. I like the work of Liu Yi since he came on. Quick feet. Davidson plays him in, lifts up a cross. Goalkeeper again does well. Rather hung in the air, and for once Marcal went to the near post. Nothing but praise for Hanoi. They've represented the VIE League and themselves well here. That's not been the case throughout this tournament generally. Kion again. And the strike is snapped in from the edge of the penalty area by the ever-willing Pham Tuan Hai. There's also been some very good performance as well from Wuhan. On the right-hand side, loving the work of Deng Han Wen. He is involved in the action. Got to the byline on 3 or 4 occasions. Had a couple of left-footed shots that have been in there, and works defensively very well. Or was on the line when Hanoi had their chance that was cleared off the line at the tail end of the first half. Bound to kick in. Not quite sure what the delay in the game is for. Just getting the free kick in the right place. Shi Hao. Davidson. He'd love a goal at the end of a dynamic performance. And a left-footed toe poke is too close to the goalkeeper, who excels himself again. Van Chuan. Shi Hao. Contender for man of the match. Davidson probably deserves it. Shi Hao, the contributions he's made. Now his Kion blocked off illegally by Ren Hang. It's a big unit, as is Kion. Clearly a foul. Watch out for the future stars. We've seen one or two of them on display here. Shi Hao. Very good from him. Defended by another impressive player, if not a youngster, 28-year-old. And Wen has been very good for Wuhan. The real star, though, is a young player, goalkeeper Van Chuan. Right then, through on goal, and we've got a consolation. Wow. That has appeared out of nowhere, and it is Pham Chuan Hai who's broken through and given Hanoi real hope. It's not a great challenge on the edge of the box, but it's a cool finish. The goalkeeper comes out, it's through the legs. And that second goal from Macau is now so important. Pham Chuan Hai. They could they? The 10 men couldn't get something out of this game. They've been so brave, so organised, so disciplined, and now back into the contest. Macau, at the moment, he's the match winner. Shi Hao. There's a nervous hush gone around the Wuhan Sports Centre. They just need to be really cute and keep the ball. They've lost it in the middle of the park. Chen Long. Chen Long will chase and try and get something. And Hai Long has one. He thinks a corner. The system thinks otherwise. Attacking midfielder Trong Van Tai Ti comes on. Really strong performance, got to be said, by Pham Chuan Man. Nervously put out of play. Interested to see how much time's going to be added on at the end of the 90 minutes. Being a whole bevy of substitutions, could be 3 or 4 minutes to add on. VIE. He may well need the insurance third goal. Macau. It's not going to come just here. It might break through though. To Xiao Wei, just over the top. Keeper, I think, had it covered. It's another excellent contribution from Wei Shi Hao. 7 minutes to add on. 7 minutes. Macau. Well, they're in this. 7 minutes, 6.5 to play. Marcao, second chance. Park is blocked. Nervy moments these are for Wuhan, and again the goalkeeper has delivered not the best ball out. Kion pushed out wide. That couldn't be an equaliser for Hanoi. Time is very much running against them. Be caught in possession. Marcao tries to play in Davidson, and Davidson is caught up. That'll be a free kick though to Wuhan in their desperation to stop the ball coming. Oh, it's a yellow card. It's a second yellow. A red card here for Dao Van Nam. Well, it started with a red and it's ending with a red. And Hanoi will be reduced to 9 players for the remaining 3 minutes of this contest. A foul on Davidson at the end of the first half, a foul on Davidson at the end of the second. And if it was tough for 10 men, nearly impossible for 9 men to get a result now. The 9 men chasing an unlikely equaliser. They may as well go for broke. It's a 1-4-3 formation at the moment. Literally anything goes, but it's been played into Davidson Pereira. Does he go for goal? Well, look at this, so many blue shirts up in support. Shihao. Davidson's cross. And once again, Shihao just misses the header. Desperate ball out. The 9 men desperately chasing something incredible and unlikely. They've got 5 men up, you know. And how gets the shot away. And Kion's the target. Kion at the edge of the penalty area. Kion! Oh, what a moment that would have been. What a valiant effort that was. In the end, the winning goal coming from Marcao, the header midway through the second half. Wei Shihao's goal earlier on at the end of the first half, but wow, did not Hanoi make them work so hard. A top performance in goal from Quan Van Tran. But in the end, 9 men could not get an equaliser, though Kion came so close. Van Tran Pai had scored very near the end. Referee Nasri perfectly in his rights to give the 2 red cards. A really good game of football. It's the first win of the AFC Champions League campaign for Wuhan. Wuhan 3 Towns 2, Hanoi 1.